Adelaide Oval remains a happy hunting ground for the Eagles. They've notched 5 of their last 6 at the venue, with the latest coming against an informed Port Adelaide team in front of 38,000 shocked and ultimately booing crowd members. Hello, welcome back to Eagle Review. Ben Roberts, appreciate your company once more. What a blistering start it was from the boys. Critical when you're on the road. You want to silence that crowd, get the tails up early. It really did set themselves up and as they led from pillar to post.
Yep, and Port are a very, very good first quarter team. We know that. I think they've kicked 31 goals to 16 in the first quarters across the season leading up to that point. So to start well was always the key, as you say. Mark McCrae led the charge. 3 goals, should have had 4. Drop punt, I reckon, Lecker, instead of the old snap around the corner. Let's for another day.
Let him know.
Let's for another day. But the ball use inside 50, we're efficient all day, and that's the story of the day. We'll get into it more. But in the first quarter, we used the ball in the forward half by foot, 63% compared to 46. So a lot of pressure on them, and they didn't use it so well. We did. We scored. They didn't. So good first quarter, good start, shut the crowd up and moved on. The
inside 50 count, drastically lopsided in the end.
Thought it was a mistake when I read it after the game. Thought it actually was a mistake.
You thought they swapped them around?
I just thought it was, no, that's a glitch. It can't be that far apart, and it was.
39 to 68. I mean, it is staggering, but Adam Simpson just praised the defenders and how resolute they were on the day. The uncontested disposals, negative 78. That shocked me of how much control and play Port Adelaide did have there. But the contested disposal situation and that stat would have been pleasing to see.
Yep, bottom 4 in the comp, 15th, I think, going into the game for contested possession differential. A couple of years ago, best in the comp. So it was about intent and winning at the contest, and they did that. They won. It's one of the only stats they actually won on the day, contested possession. But they got 5. They did get beaten in the air, but from centre bounce clearances, 5 straight to 1 goal 1. Now, Port going into the game were the best team in the comp from goals from centre clearances. We got 5 straight. They got 1-1. That was about the margin, so, well, more than the margin, so big factor.
That's unreal with how dominant Ryder was. I mean, they had first possession from stoppages, negative 17 we were. So for Port Adelaide to win clearances, have that stat, and for us to have 5 goals straight from centre bounces, that's unbelievable. The third quarter, though, that was a very interesting moment of the game. Port Adelaide 2-6 against 5-1. Very costly they were. They missed one on the siren, and that switch in board, I mean, they really missed opportunities, Port, and we capitalised.
Yep, after half-time, came out of the blocks like Usain Bolt and kicked 4, I think, 4, and the margin was 32 points. But there was still a long time to go, so you knew that Port were going to come back. When they made their run in that third quarter, they couldn't hit the side of a barn. And that, luckily for us, they kicked the 2-6, as you say, and that just gave us that look. Yes, they kicked 2, and they closed the gap, but it gave us that breathing space. They kicked them all. They could have been ahead. So, and it's a different story again. So very lucky that they were wayward and we were very accurate.
Port Adelaide's ruck division, they were on top for the day. Paddy Ryder, unstoppable. Charlie Dixon, that's one of the best games I've seen him play.
Yep, he was up and about.
He was very good. But on our end, it was Elliot Yeo, and all the talk surrounding him continues his form from a magnificent 2017 season. And his goal in the last quarter, even more instrumental on the left boot, which has got even more impressive over the summer.
He's a great kick on the left. And that's the thing. Yeah, Port had the momentum in the second half of the third quarter, so you needed to come out in the start of you needed to kick the first goal. And that shut the crowd up again. Yoey, hard ball, pressure on, Westhoff kick, inside, missed target. Yo picked up a hard ball, got it on the left, as you say, and it set the tone. Yes, Port again came back, but the boys were able to hang on.
Robbie Gray talking about he might miss a couple of weeks over the bye with his groin injury, but that shouldn't take anything away from the job that Brad Shepherd did for him on the weekend, silencing a very informed forward/midfielder, went on him in the forward 50, and keeping him goalless for the day.
Yeah, and when he was forward, that was Shep's job, and obviously it was, I think Yoey spent a bit of time on him when he was up the ground a bit more, and they mixed it around a bit. Rarely beaten all day, used the ball well, even pushed forward and kicked that goal late, as we like to see. It was a very, very solid game, and for Gray to only have 3 kicks, someone who's that influential, that's a big factor.
Kurt Mutimer kicking his first goal in AFL footy, always a pleasing moment, knowing the excitement and how many people flock around him. It was great to see.
Yeah, it was, and it was a bloody good mark as well, the old one-hand grab. Disappointed about, a little early on the roast here, but disappointed from Fox Footy not giving that a replay. There's a little box in the corner. You can't really use that in the highlights package down the track. You get the parents phoning me going, can you send me the vision? It's this little box in the corner. Best thing he's done in an AFL game. One-hand clunk, kicked the first goal, and you've ruined it, Fox Footy. It's a little early roast. But no, it was good. Good kick from Reddo. That's what must be said.
It was.
A Reddo. Just weighted it beautifully to his advantage. Right there.
It was indeed. Liam Duggan, a late omission from the team. Mark Hutchings stepping up. Talking about the last-minute procedure that he was going through, because obviously he trained strongly, didn't pull up well.
Yeah, so he went over aiming to play, and he trained on Friday at the captain's run, and then did a few run-throughs at the end of the game, end of the session. Looked okay, but just didn't quite feel 100%, and probably knew in his heart, talking to him on game day, that he just couldn't give it 100%, know that he was going to be able to get 100% of himself. So he did the right thing by him and the team and pulled out, and Hutchie came in and did a good job.
Just a couple of moments we'll touch on. This crumbing performance from Sam Mitchell, this is exactly what he brings to your team. How clean is this?
Unreal, and it relieves pressure. If you're that clean, you're out of the pressure very quickly.
You know what I thought was going to happen? I thought some of the boys might have got into Jonas. I thought there might have been a bit of hangover from the gaff situation last year, and he got near the ball. Everyone just reminded him, hey, we know what you did, and we didn't get a good chance last year to make up for that.
Was it maybe the old reverse psychology when you give them, you know, when someone's expecting some treatment and you give them absolutely nothing, it's almost they start thinking over it too much, and that's more than if you got into it. One of those maybe.
Well, and he hit Lecker late as well with this absolute cracking Marston snap. I thought everyone was going to go up to him and go, hey, mate, don't forget that.
Nah, the old reverse psyche, I reckon. Just the old nothing. Why aren't they coming over? And then he's suddenly not thinking about his job. Maybe that was
Nah, don't like that. A few roasts though, Benny. Let's get through some of these bad boys. Elliot Yeo, probably our best player on the day by far, but
doesn't escape a roast.
Failure to go back with the flight there, just a 1 minute on it.
Yeah,
and that's
one-handed. One-handed.
Yeah. We'll let him know of that one. What do we got next?
Any danger? It was like the greasy pig at the Wagga races, Sammy Gray slipping through everyone. Is anyone in danger of laying a tackle?
Easily one of the best goals of the day, I thought. Here we go. What about a couple of our teammates just getting in each other's road, bowling him over? We've got Shara Wellingham here. Shannon Hearn's come through and gone, how'd you get? Shara Wellingham just couldn't keep up with Bunga's frame. And then Vardy cleaned up by JK.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been the other way around.
I thought it was. I was worried there for his health.
I thought so. A bit of play to the whistle here, boys. Elliot Yeo, Charlie Dixon. You get told that in Oz kick, I think. Play to the whistle.
Yep. Play to the whistle. Carry on. Shuey, at times unstoppable when he really wants to be.
Most of the time.
When he's in the zone. 4 players here. You think one of them, like we were talking about before, Sam Gray, you think someone can hold on to him.
No.
Clearance. Thanks, cleared the danger.
Thanks for coming. Chris Marston.
Oh, jeez. You don't like a first-year game. He's a big boy, though, must be said.
Unless you're the first-year player.
Unless, and I saw him up close. He's a pretty big boy for a first-year, 18-year-old fella. He's a big unit. He'd fend me off.
Yep.
So Chris has got less hope than I do because I'm a big fella.
Correct. And finally, this is the roast. And it's nothing major, but Tom Barras. Now, look, mate, you remember what happened to Gaffey last year? He's got shades of Adelaide Oval running back with a flight. Oh, I've got some bad memories here. Don't be putting it on Gaffey's head the next time you lob in that game, because he's been used as an absolute stepladder here from Westhoff. Could have been worse. Could have been tasting the turf again.
Yeah.
But luckily, just got a hanger on him and probably one of the marks of the week.
On notice. Roasting and on notice. Don't do it again.
Cheers.